Welcome back to Fox 10 News at 4. Wings of Life does wonderful work in our community, helping people find freedom from addiction. The nonprofit is hosting its annual benefit banquet later this week. Pastor Chris Patrick and Minister Richard Jones are joining me now in studio with details. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. Talk to me a little bit about Wings of Life. Tell me what it's about.
Well, you know how addiction is ruining the lives of families and people, and we're a safe haven, a 90-day faith-based safe haven for people to come to try to break the chains of addiction off their life. And that's what we do, try to get the families back together again. And yeah, that's a quickie.
Just a quickie synopsis.
Yeah.
Now, Richard, you have a tremendous story to share with the people about what happened to you. You had a tremendous addiction.
I did. I was addicted to pain pills for nearly 30 years of my life, on and off again. And I had been through places like Bradford. I'd been to a place in North Carolina, hospitals and what have you, and found just temporary relief, really. And then in 2006, I got into a lot of trouble because of my drug addiction, and ended up going to the Wings of Life. And it was there that I found my life. You know, I gave my life to God and started seeing everything in my life turned around for the better. And I found restoration with my family, my parents, my daughter, and the friendships I have now as a result of Wings are just amazing. The best friendships I've ever had in my life, really.
Sure. Now, you had to hit like bottom.
Yes. To
make this transition. And I know a lot of people go, faith-based, well, you know, but it's faith-based is where you found yourself, basically.
Yes. Because I ran from the faith for so many years, and running from God, really.
Yeah.
And I'd gotten to a point I was so hopeless in my life with my addiction that I tried to kill myself several times through overdoses. And once I took an overdose and I took a 32 and put it to my stomach and pulled the trigger. Just wanted relief.
Sure.
And I didn't care what that looked like at that point. But you know, God had a plan for my life that is still unfolding now. And it's unfolding through Wings of Life. I'm on staff there today as the Director of Development and do fundraising and a lot of other things. Wear many hats there.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's what we're meant to do. When we go through the valley, that we get lifted up and find the reason for our life. Yep. Do you find that, Pastor, and what you guys are doing, when you bring people in, when people are sent to you, do you find that they are searching for purpose and for meaning?
Yes, and when they don't have that, then they get lost in the sea, so to speak, with no rudder. Right. And so we try to show them what the true purpose is, and you're going to find that purpose in Jesus Christ. I mean, I didn't know it. I have a story just like his, and God came to me one night and spoke to me. I didn't even know that could happen. Changed my life 42 years ago. So now my desire is just to turn around and help other people.
Sure.
See, that the problem is sin. That's what I tell everybody. We're a sin rehab. Everybody's SIN positive. And manifestation of sin, one of them, is addiction. But we got other problems out there too. There's people that are not addicted that have problems, and Jesus still is the answer.
Now, you guys depend on donations to keep the facility running, to keep the ministry going. Tell us a little bit about the banquet that's coming up this Thursday.
Well, this is our 19th annual banquet, and our guest speaker is a lady who came to our program, Carrie Dawn Sanders, and her life got ruined basically in Texas. She was a nurse. Things happened. Next thing you know, she's on pain pills, heroin, living out of a car, dumpster diving for food, dumpster diving to sell something. And she was even featured on Joyce Myers for her dumpster diving, because in that dumpster she found a book by Joyce Myers, and in that book, that was the beginnings of God changing her life. She eventually came to Wings of Life and turned her life around.
Joyce Myers, of course, a televangelist that's very popular as well. So the banquet is this Thursday, and it's at the facility on St. Louis Street, 900 St. Louis Street. We've got the address right there. 800. I'm sorry, 800 St. Louis Street. Sorry, I was a block away. So tell us what's going to be happening during the banquet. Just briefly.
Well, we're going to feed them some very good food to begin with.
I've heard you've been sampling it already.
Yes, today it was always good. Pulled pork, chicken, green beans. What else was it?
Enough.
He ate some.
I was going to say everybody's going to have some.
Yeah, potatoes, double stuffed potatoes.
Yeah, well, we wish you guys the best in continuing the ministry and making sure that folks know that there's an opportunity for them to participate as well at the Wings of Life ministry by going to this banquet at 800 St. Louis Street, where the ministry is located, this Thursday at 6:30. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. And we'll have more on this interview on our website at fox10tv.com.